Hello and welcome back to our Lent podcast. I wonder how your conversations are going with each other and what's come out of the last few days as we've looked at the different things that Jesus has said, the I ams. Dave, you are going to be doing today, so off you go.
Yeah, so as Shona sort of mentioned yesterday we were thinking about Jesus being the gate for the sheep. We're going to be thinking a bit more about sheep today. So Shona mentioned yesterday that sheep can be a bit hopeless, that they can wander off by themselves, that they get into trouble. And the thing is, when a sheep gets into trouble, it is not very good at rescuing itself. If it gets lost, it is not going to be able to find the way back. If it gets stuck in something, it's going to need help getting out of it. And one of the main ways that God is described a lot in the Bible is as a shepherd. And Shona's going to read a verse where Jesus says something like that right now.
So this is John chapter 10, verse 14. I am the good shepherd. I know my own sheep and they know me.
Okay. So a shepherd is there to make sure the sheep are safe and looked after and going in the right places. Now, like we said, sheep are pretty rubbish at doing that for themselves, so they need some help. And so when they get lost, it's the shepherd's job to find them and to help them get back. When they get stuck in something and they need rescuing, that's the shepherd's job as well. When they disappear entirely, they go off and find them. But there's one extra detail here in what Jesus says. He doesn't just say, I am the good shepherd and I'm good at finding my sheep when they get lost. He says, I know my sheep and they know me. Jesus isn't just a shepherd who is interested in making sure that you don't get stuck or lost or in danger. He actually wants to know you. And he does know you. He knows the bits that you like about yourself, and he knows the bits that you don't like about yourself. He knows what you're good at, and he knows what you're not so good at. He knows what you hope for, what your dreams are, and he knows what you're a little bit afraid of and not so sure of. He knows your past, and he even knows your future. The thing is, Jesus knows me, he knows Shona, he knows you who are listening to this, but he knows you better than you know yourself. He even knows things about you that you don't know. Shona, I'm going to ask you a question. Since we walked into this room to record these podcasts, how many breaths have you taken?
I have no idea. What a ridiculous question.
Do you know who does know how many breaths you've taken?
Who?
God. Jesus knows how many breaths you've taken since you walked into this room. He knows how many breaths you've taken in your whole life. He knows how many hairs are on your head. He knows every single thing about you. He knows what's going to happen in your future. He has plans for you. He knows you. You're not just one sheep amongst a whole flock of sheep and he can't tell the difference between one and the next. He's a great shepherd who knows each of his sheep individually. And that means for you listening to this, there's nothing about you that God doesn't know. The good things and the bad things. And the thing is, even though some of the things that God knows about us are things that we wish weren't true, things that we're not good at, things that we've done wrong, he's a good shepherd and he still looks after us and he still comes after us, even when we get into trouble by ourselves. So, today's question for you is a slightly deep one, but bear with me. What is there that Jesus knows about you that you wish you knew yourself?
Ooh.
That is a deep question. What is it that you don't know about yourself, but you know Jesus does, and you wish that you knew? And how can you get to know Jesus better today? Because he knows you, and he wants you to get to know him as well. So there's a couple of questions for you to think about today.
That's a good question. I know I'm going to need a bit of time to think about that, actually. Thank you so much, Dave. And we will see you guys tomorrow as we think about our next I am statement. See you later.
Bye-bye.